Randy. You look beautiful.
Kelly.
I know we always do a cheers. It's just habit.
It is habit.
Welcome to Coffee with KJ and Randy. Real estate talk.
Real estate talk. And today we are repping our green, as you can guess.
St. Patty's.
St. Patty's Day.
There's green beer in here. Absolutely not.
My brother's birthday is on St. Patty's Day, so there's definitely been some green beer in the past. So today we want to talk about market analysis.
Yep.
So we want to know, have you guys ever wondered what the whole market analysis is about? Whether you're a buyer or seller, how is the agent coming up with the price that you're supposed to list the house at?
Right.
And agents, we need some help because I got a feeling that you guys might go through the same thing that other agents are going through, and that's whether they're buyer or they're seller, they're wondering how that price got to be that price.
Right.
Is it too high? Is it too low? You know, everybody has an opinion.
They do. And actually, we'll abbreviate because it's called a comparative market analysis. Someone once said it was competitive market analysis. I've known it to be comparative. You've heard comparative. We abbreviate it to CMA. So
CMA.
If we're like throwing terms at you and comps, I always say, oh, the comps. And one of my clients said, what's a comp?
So if you hear your agent saying
Yeah.
comp or market analysis, CMA, it's all the same.
Yes.
Basically, we're just going to be comparing
Right.
the houses in your area as close as we can get. And Kelly's going to go over some of that.
Well, thank you. She's going to release this to me. So, when you are listing your house to sell, and because it's spring market and we're telling you to get your houses on the market, but as a buyer, it works for the buyer because buyers are smart. They're on the internet and they're comparing houses on the internet. If they're listening to Zillow, don't listen to Zillow. But what an agent will do is they will pull similar houses, styles, square footage, bedroom count, as much similarity as they can if you're living in a neighborhood. I don't care if you're in a raised ranch. I don't care if you're in a new construction $500,000 house. That neighborhood typically fits that house, and you will have ample chance to pull comparatives. Houses just like yours, give or take a little bit of criteria, within the last year to 6 months that have sold. We usually like to take 6 months. If the market's really good or there's not a lot of inventory, we'll go back a few more months. So they would take, if you're a raised ranch, similar district, school district, similar neighborhood. And I usually give a price range of like a little bit of a leeway, but then we kind of subtract and add based on your upgrades and your updates. Upgrades would be and updates, roof, windows, doors, and then do you have granite, do you have tile, do you have hardwood? So that's how we do it. If you don't have any updates, then we subtract. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
I was going to say sensei, but
it makes sense to me, but if you have a question about it, let us know. Just subscribe down below and you can comment with a question.
Yep.
We can actually get directly back to you and we can just answer those specific questions.
Right. So I live in the country, but we both do both counties. But I have a lot of homes that I list in the country, and then I've even had farms. And what you have to do then is you take a wider area. You have to take in consideration of that area, how popular, and sometimes you even take into consideration school districts and things like that. The further out you are, it depends on whether or not you're going to claim a higher price. But when you're in the country, you don't build the same house. Every house is different. So you're really looking at square footage. You're looking at bedroom count. You're looking at updates. You're looking, do I have a pole barn? Do I have 1 acre? Someone just told me they had 90 acres. 90 acres. I don't even know where to begin with that. Do you have a barn? Do you have an in-ground pool? You don't get a lot for an in-ground pool. I asked an appraiser, which I actually do contact a lot of appraisers. My appraiser friends will let me know. So you were asking what happens when I come out or we come out to say, okay, here's your market, and here's where I think you should price your house, and the seller says, I want more for that.
Yeah, I hear a lot of sellers say that, they didn't like their agent because they didn't think that they should price their house at, a certain price. But this is how the agents are coming up with the information because this is an opinion, but we are taking a step further to get the analysis, to do the research, to understand not to waste your time and other
Right.
people's time, to help price it so you can move on with your next step.
Right.
And then the next step is, after we're all in agreement, and then you get a buyer that wants to buy it at a certain price, it has to.
Appraise. So I always say you can list it. You're hiring me or us, and we're going to list it here because that's where it says we should list it. But if you want to go above that, all the power to you. However, even if a buyer buys it at your price and not the market price, it has to appraise by the bank. And then you're into the bank appraiser is going to pull the same comparables we just pulled. And if they go back and say it was worth this, then there's a gap, and you and the buyer are back to the negotiating table trying to correct that gap, and the deal could fall apart.
Yeah.
But most buyers are savvy. They're online looking, and they're always asking, why is this price this way when I saw comps this way? And you can overcompensate that question with data, but sometimes they're not dumb, and they know they're pretty smart. They're online looking.
Yeah.
So
Definitely with the access that they have online nowadays.
shut all the computers off. Just kidding.
So hopefully that helps with understanding how a realtor comes up with the listing price or the market, and understanding the comparison between your house, your neighbor's house. Yours may be updated, theirs may not be updated, and the difference in what the pricing can be, and what's of value to certain people. Because just because you have something updated doesn't mean that somebody wants to pay for that update.
And then on the other hand, sometimes the buyer will buy it specifically because we have a client looking specifically in a certain neighborhood, and she's willing to wait for a house in that neighborhood. So to her, it might mean a little bit more to pay a little bit more for that neighborhood.
It actually means I'm going to be knocking on that neighborhood's doors to see if anybody wants to sell their house.
This is why I love her.
Put my tennis shoes on.
I know.
All right. Well, we look forward to our next time, and happy St. Patty's Day.
Right, and let's not forget, because some of you have said that you can't find us. You're loving our videos. So here's what you got to do. Go to our YouTube page, Coffee with KJ and Randy. You need to subscribe and like our page. We will post there. We will post on Facebook. But then you'll see it every week come up, and hopefully...
Yeah. You will give us a coffee cup. We'll talk about you. Or maybe you could even come and join us on our show.
Have a coffee while you watch us. Yay. Yes, join us. Oh, that was fun.
Bye.